Two people start their first real job the same year. Same city, same salary, same rent, same streaming subscriptions, same takeout habits, same small anxieties about money. 20 years later, one of them is worth several $1,000,000. The other is still living paycheck to paycheck, still one bad month away from a crisis, still telling themselves they'll figure out the money thing eventually. What happened? Luck? Inheritance? Some secret investing strategy that only certain people get access to? No. The difference almost every time comes down to 5 specific rules. Rules that multimillionaires quietly follow. Rules that most earners never even hear about. This video is about those rules. And by the end, you'll understand not just what they are, but exactly why they work and what it actually costs you to ignore them. Here's something that should make you stop for a moment. Around 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, even people with 6-figure salaries. Think about that. More money coming in, and still somehow nothing left at the end of the month. And the wild thing is most of these people aren't reckless. They're not blowing money on yachts. They're buying groceries, paying rent, covering the kids' stuff, doing everything they're supposed to do. So what's going wrong? The problem isn't income. The problem is that most of us were never taught how wealth actually builds. We were taught how to earn. We were never taught what to do after the money arrives. School taught you the quadratic formula, maybe how to write a cover letter. But nobody sat you down and explained the specific behaviors that separate people who build lasting wealth from people who stay permanently stuck. And here's the part that really gets me. It's not complicated. The rules aren't some Wall Street secret. They're not reserved for finance majors or people who started with money. They're learnable. Anybody can follow them. The problem is almost nobody teaches them. Most people figure it out too late or never at all. That's not your fault, but it is your problem to solve. This is exactly why I created this channel, Unlock Wealth, to decode the rules that wealthy people follow without ever announcing them, so you can start applying them starting now with whatever you already have. All right, let's get into it. 5 rules, and I want you to pay attention not just to what they say, but to the pattern underneath all of them. Because once you see the pattern, it doesn't leave you. Rule 1. Pay yourself first. Always. Before anything else. Most people pay their bills, buy their groceries, cover their subscriptions, and then if anything is left over they save. Multi-millionaires do the opposite. The moment money arrives, a fixed percentage leaves for investing or savings. Automatically, before they can spend it, before they even see it. This isn't just a habit. It's a philosophy. The idea is future you deserves to get paid too. Not just your landlord. Not just your utility company. You. Now you might be thinking, I'd love to do that, but there's genuinely nothing left after my expenses. And I hear that. But here's what happens when you flip the order. Your lifestyle adjusts to what remains. It always does. When you leave saving for last, your lifestyle expands to fill everything. When you save first, your lifestyle adjusts to the rest. Same money, different result. Start with whatever you can. 5%, even 2%. The amount matters less than the habit, because the habit compounds. Rule 2. Make money work harder than you do. Imagine you hire an employee, but this employee works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never takes a holiday, and doesn't ask for a raise. That employee is your invested money. The average earner spends their entire career working for money. Wealthy people at some point flip that relationship. They make money work for them. This is what investing is. It's not gambling. It's not some complex financial scheme. It's simply putting money into things that grow while you sleep. If you invest $400 a month starting at age 28 at an average annual return of 8%, by age 65 you'd have roughly $1.1 million. Now here's the uncomfortable version. If you wait until age 38 to start, same $400 a month, same 8% return, you end up with around $480,000. Not even half. You didn't work less hard. You weren't less disciplined. You just started 10 years later. And those 10 years cost you more than $600,000. Time is the engine. Money is just the fuel. Rule 3. Obsessively protect the gap. The gap is the distance between what comes in and what goes out. Wealthy people are not necessarily people who earn the most. Many millionaires have surprisingly ordinary incomes. What they share is a relentless focus on keeping that gap wide and consistently directing it somewhere meaningful. Here's the trap most earners fall into. Income goes up, lifestyle goes up to match. A raise comes in, The apartment upgrades, the car upgrades, the eating out budget quietly inflates. This is called lifestyle creep, and it's the reason so many people with impressive salaries still feel broke. Multimillionaires aren't immune to this. They just made a decision early to not let every income increase automatically become a spending increase. The question isn't how much do I make? The question is how much of what I make am I actually keeping and growing? Rule 4. Buy assets, not appearances. Most of the things we spend money on to look wealthy actually make us poorer. The new car, the designer bag, the expensive watch. These things lose value the moment you own them. They cost you again in maintenance, insurance, storage. They don't grow. They drain. Multimillionaires think in a different category. They ask, does this thing I'm buying put more money in my pocket or take money out of it? Things that put money in your pocket over time are assets. Things that take money out are liabilities. This doesn't mean never enjoy life. It means knowing the difference and being intentional about the ratio. The wealthy person driving an average car while quietly owning index funds is not being cheap. They've just decided that financial freedom is more valuable than the appearance of it. Rule 5. Think in decades, not months. Everything in the modern world is designed to make us think short term. Multimillionaires think differently about time. When they make a financial decision, the question isn't just what does this cost me now? It's what does this cost me or earn me in 20 years? The $6 coffee isn't really $6. If that $6 had been invested daily for 30 years at 8%, it becomes tens of thousands of dollars. This doesn't mean live miserably. It means making deliberate trades, spending on things you genuinely value, cutting the things you don't, and understanding that small, consistent redirects today create enormous outcomes later. You've probably heard pieces of this before. Pay yourself first. Invest early. Spend less than you earn. None of this is new information. So why are so few people actually doing it? It's not because people are lazy. It's not because they don't care. It's because these 5 rules run directly against the grain of how modern consumer society works. The entire economy is engineered to move money from your account to someone else's as efficiently as possible. The wealthy know this. They stopped participating in the system on its terms. They started playing a different game, a slower, quieter game. Most people reach their 50s with almost nothing saved, not because they didn't earn enough, but because every raise got spent, every windfall got absorbed, every year passed without the gap being protected. That's not destiny. It is a choice. I want to tell you about a completely ordinary person. We'll call her Mara. Mara was 31, project coordinator at a mid-sized company. She made decent money, not exceptional. She had a student loan, a modest apartment, and a general feeling that she was always just behind. She tried an experiment. Before touching anything else, she set up an automatic transfer of just $80 a month into a low-cost index fund. Almost nothing changed. She adjusted. A year later, she increased it to $200 a month. Not because she got a raise, though she did eventually, but because she started thinking differently about the gap. Mara is not a millionaire yet, but she's 43 now, and she has an investment account that's growing while she sleeps. The trajectory is completely different. You don't have to be exceptional to become financially free. You just have to start and understand why you're doing it. These 5 rules have been followed by wealthy people for generations. The real wealth gap in this world isn't just money. It's information. It's knowing these rules exist and deciding to follow them anyway. Here's the question I want to leave you with. Which of these 5 rules have you actually been following? Not in theory. Right now? In your actual life. So here's your one thing for this week. Open your bank statement or card statement and write down your 3 biggest spending categories last month. Just see the reality clearly. The 5 rules aren't secrets. They never were. They were just never told to the right people. Until now. If you found value in these rules, do me a favor and hit the like button. It really helps the video reach more people who need to hear this. If you're serious about changing your financial future, subscribe to Unlock Wealth and turn on notifications. I drop videos like this every week. Practical, no-fluff money lessons that actually move the needle. Drop a comment and tell me, which of these 5 rules are you going to start with first? I read every single comment. And if you want the free PDF checklist of these 5 rules plus the exact numbers I mentioned, just comment checklist below and I'll send it to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.